Hello, Capricorn. How are you? Welcome back to Intuitive Garden Tarot. We're going to take a little walk in my intuitive garden together today. And I did pre-shuffle an oracle card just to get a feel for the message coming through for you, Capricorn, at this time. And the card that I got was breath. Tune into that imagery. See what it means for you. But the detailed message at the bottom says, return to breath. Calm the mind. Breath is life. So you're not alone there, Capricorn. A lot of people are being called to dial down that mental activity. Your mind might be spinning and racing, trying to make sense of things right now. If you haven't already seen the Holy Activation Energy Batman video, please give that a look. Because it's kind of a similar message for the collective. And I'm using the standard traditional Rider-Waite-Smith deck for your reading today. So what message wants to come through for my Capricorn viewers? Remember, this is a general reading, and there's a link in the description box below if you'd like to book a personal reading with me. And let me know in the comments where you're watching from. I'd like to hear from you. Thank you for those of you who have responded, and I'm so grateful for my international friends that are joining me here on this channel. I really appreciate you all. Okay. Seven of Pentacles, Eight of Wands, the Emperor, Five of Wands, Two of Pentacles, Ten of Swords, and Ten of Pentacles. All right, where are the cups? That's one of the ways we generally get out of that mental energy, is to get more in a state of flow or in our senses, our feelings. Now, in the recent past, we have the Emperor. Large and in charge is what I'm hearing. This might be you. You might be interacting with an Emperor energy if it's not you. Somebody who is a very strong, powerful leader. And I'm really sensing a grip on power. So you know if this is you, someone you're connected to, a situation you're connected to. I'm getting a sense more, though, that it's an interpersonal relationship versus working on a project or some system, but this can also be about the authority of the system, and you know how this applies to you, Capricorn. But somebody, you or somebody else or some other entity, is really holding tight to their authority and power over some situation or relationship. And I'm hearing there's not a lot of love here, and that's not a reflection if this is a personal relationship, but this energy is very determined and stubborn, it feels like, and controlling. So in the present, we have the Seven of Pentacles. Really keeping an eye on what you've invested your time, your energy, your finances in. And I'm feeling a little disappointment or impatience perhaps on the minimal return that you're feeling from what you're invested in or have been investing in, wishing that there was more to show for it. And now the Eight of Wands is saying that there's a really speedy, focused energy coming in here. It might be messages. Next to this Five of Wands, even before I tuned into this card, I was already feeling there might be a lot of pinpoint discussions, perhaps arguments, heated. I'm feeling the fire of the one's energy here. Going, 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 going. So back to that Emperor energy that we started with, there might be, again, a lot of fiery energy, let's put it that way, that's poking the bear, or really just trying to hit every note, pushing buttons. Your buttons might be pushed right now, you might be pushing others' buttons. It can be both, it can be simultaneous. But with this at the heart of your reading, Capricorn, this is gridlock, this is competition, conflict. It can be just very much internal. This may not be outside of yourself at all. This can be an internal situation, like your inner authority is really wanting to clamp down on things, and perhaps you're feeling like you want to be free of that, or you're not happy with your inner authority's direction, where that part of you wants to take things as if it's an old narrative that's no longer serving you. And in particular, somebody, whether it's you or somebody else, is really pushing to move things forward in a forceful way. And the outcome, the result of this energy is that it's having minimal effect of getting things moving forward or getting unstuck. I'm seeing you going back and forth in a loop. If this is a dialogue with somebody else or internal, just going back and forth over the same old thing or the same old couple of things. And it's very topsy-turvy. It doesn't feel very balanced, and doesn't feel very fun. Sorry to say that for you right now, Capricorn. Let's move into the advice and see what else we can get here from this message, because we have the Ten of Swords. And the Ten of Swords is sometimes about surrender, letting go, just giving in to what's not working, letting go of all this mental energy. Swords are thoughts and words. That's why we started with that card of going back into your breath and getting recentered in yourself, because this mental energy is stifling whatever situation this is, whatever situation you're trying to get yourself out of, or get yourself into a better situation. You get what I'm saying here. But something needs to be let go of right now. And it's going to start by letting go of a mental perception of something. And the initial advice is to turn to your breath. That is one of the best ways to just pause and stop that hamster wheel from turning. And with the Ten of Pentacles behind this, Ten of Swords, this is telling me that back to investment, you might need to reconsider if it's worth continuing to invest yourself, your energy, your finances into whatever this is. And this could be a family situation. It can be a romantic situation. It can be a community situation, something extending out. But if I'm hearing, if this is something or someone or some group you've been invested in for a while now, and you're feeling like it's not reciprocal, or you're not getting the investment back that you put into whatever this is, that letting go of that will open you up to something that is more abundant, that does feel more complete and whole and wholesome, is even how I'm hearing that. I'm going to just check if there's anything else that wants to come through here. It's a blessing in disguise. Whatever struggle or strife you're going through is the universe, your higher self, trying to help you recognize that maybe a course correction is needed, maybe just a timeout, and filling your own cup up of love, breath, energy might be more beneficial right now than putting it out there and trying so hard to work in the external environment. Okay, let's get an oracle message to tie this up for you, Capricorn. Remember, please, to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. Check out the other videos. Even the past couple months, September, October, are really rich with great information that is still rippling out right now. So I encourage you to go back and see if anything brings something new to light for you or resonates with you in a different way, or perhaps you haven't seen all those videos. But let's get one more message of clarification or advice for my Capricorn friends here. Okay, let's see what we have for you. Running, ghosting, disappearing, invisible. So, I'm hearing a great quote that I don't recall where it's from, but somebody was explaining once the concept of whenever someone's running, or a runner, if you will, that energy in a dynamic and of a relationship always involves a runner and a chaser. And if you've ever had a dog that's taking off or going in another direction and isn't listening to you or isn't coming back to you, the best way to get their attention is to run the other way, and then they follow. So you might be running away from something. You might be feeling invisible. I'm also getting that you're not being seen, heard, or understood. But when we try to push and push to get that understanding or visibility or acknowledgement from someone or something else, it can often just push it further away. And the dynamic of energy is that when you stop pushing, running towards or away from something, that's when the dynamic changes, that's when the energy changes. And I'm also getting this as a running of mental energy again, and not really connecting to the lower parts of your body. And your breath will help you recenter and connect to your abdomen, your solar plexus, and give you the opportunity to tune into your grounding and your creative chakra. And if you're experiencing somebody just tuning you out, not listening anymore, again, the advice here is to just let it lie. Just let it lie, even if it's for a while, not necessarily forever. It could be just letting it sit for a while, and then you and the other person or the situation might shift a little bit in perspective. But the overall theme here is that what you're doing and or experiencing isn't getting you in the right direction that I think you're wishing to go, or what you're wishing to experience. Tough times for everyone. You're not alone in that, Capricorn, but I hope this was helpful and insightful, and again, a good reminder to just check in with yourself and tune out of whatever energy you're kind of bleeding out into a situation that's not giving back to you right now. Until next time, Capricorn, take care. Bye-bye.